I think I'm good. Yeah.
So Monday,
Apart from
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or
Yes.
okay. Oh, we need. Can you just put down Diablo or something? I just wanted to chat about Diablo for a sec. We could do it during what we're playing as well. Did you play Diablo yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll discuss it. I'll be right back. I need a drink.
Okay.
There's pizza.
Pizza.
I made homemade pizza yesterday. And lots
Nice.
Yeah, we had Becky and the kids over and Mark, and so I made a homemade pizza. Lauren, so good to see you. Oh, let's go.
I've never made pizza myself. I think
What?
it's just your.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm super bright here.
Well, of course you are. You know a lot of things.
All right,
You're
so
very bright.
there's something called. One sec here. How are we looking? That's better. I was gonna bring my trophy up and just hold it while chatting for the whole podcast for the championship because we won. So let's click save. Boom. All right. So yeah, there's this thing called Kraft. It's a company that makes a bunch of food, all this stuff. So, and so there's these Kraft pizza boxes, And it's the flour, the yeast, all that stuff. It comes with a can of sauce and some spices. So you kind of got to make it yourself. I've perfected it. I'm a master wizard at making this stuff. And so
it's like a subscription, or you buy the ingredients essentially.
No, you just buy the box. It comes with a package of the flour, the sauce,
Right.
and the that's it. It's like $8 or $9. It never used to be that much, but it is now. And so I just add more flour to it so I can make more pizzas. So we bought 2 of them last night, and there's still a bunch left over. But the sauce inside the box is the best pizza sauce you could possibly eat.
All right.
But companies aren't, or like our grocery stores, Superstore or Sobeys, they don't carry the craft cans of sauce anymore, individual. So the sauce can only go so far, which really sucks. So, oh crap! Unbelievable. What the heck, man? So, hold on here.
When he disappeared, I was like, oh, okay then.
All right, let's try this again. Where's my camera? Turn on camera.
Pulling a James.
Pulling a James. All right, let's try this again. I don't like having my Discord window up anymore, so whenever I stream, I just close it. And for some odd reason, I closed it today. I have triple cheese Doritos for my lunch. Triple cheese Doritos? We don't have those here. Ooh, I love Doritos. Doritos are my favorite. A triple cheese Doritos sounds incredible.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I said it while you were drinking.
Why wouldn't you be a fan of triple cheese Doritos?
I'm just not a fan of Doritos in general.
Yeah, I think you made that weird statement last week or something like that. Why?
They're not soft enough.
They're not soft enough. They're okay. So in the UK, they're called crispy.
Yeah. But it's like a thin crispy, where you just have it and it just crumbles in your mouth, as opposed to a Dorito where you have to like snap it in half and then.
Yes, it's just filled with flavor and deliciousness. That's what I love about it.
I don't find them that flavorful, if I'm honest. The ones that I've had it.
You're crazy. Like, do you guys have the zesty Doritos? They're more the yellow bag, and it's just like zesty cheese all on it.
Yeah,
those are incredible. My mouth is watering as I talk about them. Lee, I don't know what to say, dude. Big casino, ching ching. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm a little confused on how somebody could not like Doritos. They have sweet chili heat, which is amazing. They have the barbecue.
Yeah, I don't like the heat.
You don't like the heat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't like hot foods.
So they have barbecue. They've got nacho. Nacho's all right. What else they got, man? Oh, Cool Ranch. That's Steph's favorite. Yeah, Doritos. I love Doritos. I love me some Doritos. They're the best type of Doritos. Hold on. Let me see triple cheese Doritos.
I forgot the date that you mentioned, but you said that the what was it, the CAT scan for you was moved
this
forward.
Tuesday actually. I want
nice.
triple cheese Doritos right now. James gonna have to send me some. Pepperoni pizza flavored Doritos are nice. I've never had those either. Oh my gosh. See, there's some good things in the UK. Oh, and Lee just left.
I did the same as you.
All right, one moment here. Let's start. You ready? Hey! Welcome to episode 74 of the Gamers Pass podcast, where us gamers just get together, we chat about video games and the industry and just Share our love and passion. Burger King ones. Right now we're talking Doritos. I'm just saying we're talking chips. We're talking crisps. Mainly Doritos. And so we got to get off that because I love me some Doritos. Never heard of the Burger King Doritos either. You guys got some crazy stuff. Yeah, anyway, so we're going to have a good time today. We're not going to be long today. I promise. I promise. I promise. I won't be long today. My max is 11 o'clock my time. So an hour and 45 minutes. That's my max. That's a long time.
I'm gonna have to hold my motor mouth today. Like,
yes, you will. Oh my gosh. All right, joining me today as usual, it's this man here, Lee. How are you doing, and what have you been playing this week, sir?
I'm doing awesome, and I've been playing. I played Sea of Thieves earlier this week.
Sea of Thieves, yes.
I played Diablo 4. That progress for that is going slower than I expected, to be honest.
For Diablo?
Well, yeah, towards getting to level 100, it's definitely a grind.
Well, what level are you?
I think I'm close to 79.
Okay, excellent. Good.
But yeah, it's I'm getting there. And then I had a look at Skyrim in terms of creating the character, but that was basically it.
That's as far as you got?
Yeah, because I had a look at it, and it was like about 20 minutes before you started doing the stream for Gears 5 on Friday. So I just had a look at that, and then we hopped onto Gears 5, and then yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait for you to dive in. Skyrim's an investment. It's a beautiful experience. The music alone is magical, and just it's like the music is so good. You're captured and immersed into this universe. It is wonderful. Skyrim is one of my fave games of all time, probably my top 5. I even loved Oblivion, but my only complaint about Oblivion was the constant portals opening up. But anyways, that's not even for today. Skyrim, dude, you got to give her a go, which is awesome. So, and you have until September 6th or September 1st if you got the pre-order bonus, whatever. I think it's September 1st.
And I have, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. I can't wait. So, yeah, what else you been playing?
Outside of those, it's been pretty much it. I have been playing with other people with some like Nintendo games, but it's with emulators and the change of settings in wacky fashions. So it's not the authentic version of like Mario Kart Wii and everything.
All right, that's cool.
But it's good stuff.
Excellent. For me, I played Sea of Thieves with you guys, Gears, of course. Diablo. Yesterday, man, I played hours of Diablo. Now, if those of you that are playing Diablo, there's something that pops up as soon as you start the game now. And it gives you a message or a warning saying, hey, on July 20th is the new season, and make sure you explore the entire map and unlock all of the Lilith altars.
I saw that the day before.
Okay, cool. So yesterday, everybody was doing the Lilith altars. Everybody. And when I say everywhere I went, there's at least 2 to 3 people doing the exact same Lilith altar. So I went crazy yesterday.
But you could just follow them around.
All depends what guide you're using. All depends on the guide.
Yeah.
That's it. And so the guides I'm using is really good, but sometimes the order, because I do it in numerical order. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah, blah, blah. So I do it in numerical order so I can follow. And sometimes, like, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe right here. Sorry. 5 maybe right here, but 4's way down here. And so they want you to go down to 4, then way up to 5 again. It didn't make sense, but I did it that way anyways. And so that was pretty wild. Yeah, so I got 3 regions completely done for Lilith altars. And I should have done it. I should have already done it. I should have been doing it. I didn't even pay attention to XP. I didn't pay attention to Nightmare Dungeons or my characters or anything. I did find out that Nightmare Dungeon 26 is pretty close to my limit cap right now, my current level
Right.
in gear. Because I died like 3 or 4 times in Nightmare Dungeon 26. I'm like, this is stupid.
Okay. Well, it must have been 3 times because if it was 4, then you would have failed
Yes, you're right.
the
It was
dungeon.
3 times. That's true. Yeah, because I had to Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, I was not happy. And I'm like, okay, I need to figure this crap out. My minions are amazing. The life they have is incredible. And so
So the build is working out for you.
the build is good. I have still a couple complaints, but
Okay.
overall, the build is really good. Really good. So I downloaded, what was it? IGN at Xbox had an Xbox ID showcase, and it was like 45 minutes of these indie games coming out on Xbox. And that Vampire Slayer one that everybody loves. Where you,
Vampire Survivor.
yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Vampire Survivor.
Yeah.
Well, they're bringing a multiplayer out where 4 players can play this game at once. And
Right.
so I just downloaded it, and so I'm going to give it a go. Even though you and I were going to play it like 2 months ago, I'm finally going to do it. I'll give it a try this week. There was a couple other things I wanted to try, but there's some good games coming out that are indie games, man, that are right up my alley. There's this new one, 7 Stars, I think it's called. I just watched the trailer this morning. I was like, ooh, this is right up my alley. And what it is, it's like a Super NES RPG. And it's turn-based, kind of like old school Final Fantasy is and stuff. And yeah, it looks really good. I'm telling you right now, I'm having a wonderful time as a gamer.
Good.
I really
I
am.
think this year in general has been a really good year for gaming.
Amazing year, and I'm just really enjoying my time gaming, and the games that are coming out are quality. So I can keep going on this. So let's jump right in to Lee News. Ba 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 ba. Lee News.
All right, here we go. Something I didn't mention before, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game is coming to Game Pass on August 18th. Do we think that this could be like a potential, not replacement, but substitute for Friday the 13th?
I'm going to say, all right, sorry, I cut you right off.
Or do we think that it'll be like Evil Dead and we'll try it out and then it'll drop off very quickly?
So I think these companies are building off Dead by Daylight. I think that's the route a lot of these companies are going, is they're looking at the longevity and success of Dead by Daylight as opposed to looking at the magical wonderfulness of Friday the 13th game. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I don't know. I haven't seen too much. We're going to play it. We'll play it day one. I honestly think, though, it's going to be more like a Dead by Daylight, which will turn me off instantly. And it's not that Dead by Daylight is not a fun game. It's just, it's more horror. It's more suspense and thriller. And I want to have fun. It all depends who you play with. You can still have fun, but I think it's going to be like a Dead by Daylight-ish. And I think Pete was saying that he saw that there was like 2 killers on, or like you have your main killer, then like a second antagonist as well. And I don't like that. The magic of Friday the 13th is we had Jason and eight other players all doing tasks, but really just having fun and interacting with each other.
Yeah.
Stupid skins, like the 80s beach pack, I thought was funny. Sweet Cheeks rocking it, everything. So there's
and what we loved about Friday the 13th was its imperfections, like how
incredible.
how you could just stun Jason like pretty much all the time and teabag him. It's like that's what made the game worth playing, as opposed to trying to actually escape.
But we had so much for forgiveness of the game too. If you had a disconnect, or if you're frozen, or you were stuck somewhere, so we just had forgiveness for it. You have a few killers, so I'm looking for more of a fun, community style Friday the 13th-esque game. Texas Chainsaw Massacre does not seem to be it. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the series, okay? I'm an older dude, so I enjoyed and loved all of the 80s horrors. Even we watched Cocaine Bear the other night. It's awesome. I'm just saying, Cocaine Bear, as stupid as I thought it was going to be, loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Anyways, moving on. So I'm looking for a different, more like Friday the 13th experience. I don't want a Dead by Daylight experience. You can't give me Dead by Daylight and slap on Leatherface.
Yeah.
I don't want that. And so we'll see what they do. We're going to play it. We're going to give it a go. And
I mean, it's free on Game Pass,
Yep.
so like
Yeah.
that's the great thing that Game Pass can provide.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
And on Friday the 13th, like you said that you might like hop back into doing like a couple of streams
Yes.
for nostalgia purposes.
Yeah, before the end of the year.
Yeah. I mean, that's it's just a matter of squeezing that in between like Diablo and Starfield and everything.
That's the huge issue. So right now is Diablo, Sea of Thieves, and Starfield when it comes out. So I'll make time for it, even if it's a Saturday, whatever. But I can tell you the first. I was saying to Steph, I am such a jerk. Unfortunately, her job is ending August 31st, so that really blows. But September 1st is Starfield. So I took that week off, but like I'm working in the mornings for 4 hours, and then I took the afternoons off just so I can be able to check into work, check my emails, and do a little bit of work and make sure I don't fall behind, whatever. I probably should just take the days because I have enough time. So, but I told her, I was like, you're off, you're done August 31st, but I took time off to play Starfield. I just wanted to let you know that. And she's totally cool with it. She'll sit beside me while I play, but the problem is I will not play it if she's home beside me, because yesterday she worked from 9 until 3:30. I soaked up. Well, we played basketball as well, so I went 4 or 5 straight hours of just Diablo playing and having a great time. So I can get lost in video games and just have a great time in a wonderful world. All right, let's go. Keep going. See how I get off on a tangent?
Yeah, absolutely. But with Sea of Thieves, when is the Monkey Island thing coming out?
I think it's the 20th.
Okay.
Hold on. What is it? The Legend.
Yeah. So that's next Thursday.
The Legend of
20th.
Monkey Island. It comes out. I thought that's what we said. The Legend of Monkey Island expansion. July 20th.
All right.
What day is that? Is that a Friday?
It's Thursday. Next Thursday.
Okay. Well, we're playing Sea of Thieves on Thursday then.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, that should be good.
Thank you, Mark.
In terms of other things, the classic Call of Duty games, are like the matchmaking for those, particularly for Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. The matchmaking for those is doing really well. Like they're really good now. So do we think like that might have anything to do with the acquisition? Because that's I mean, because this Call of Duty 4 was a 360 game made in 2007, so it's definitely a while back, and they've just like it's basically like all over the place that the matchmaking is a lot better now.
So sitting around the campfire last night, we decided to do a bonfire, all that stuff. And the boys was telling me, I had no clue any of this was going on. He had Isaiah and Cameron both mentioned how the servers for all of these games, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare, all of that, have been turned back on. And the matchmaking and the lobbies are exquisite now. And I was like, what? Are you serious? Because those old school like Modern Warfare 2 is probably the best one out of all of them. People love so much. And of course, the Modern Warfare 2 has hacked servers. So what people are doing is these guys that have these hacked servers are like, hey, you want to level up, power up super fast? Come on into my server. I can get you up there. Like we're talking, you play a game, you get 1 million XP, all of that stuff. So and these are older games, so it's no big deal anymore. the fact that this happened right around the appeal was denied, and we're going to discuss a lot of the FTC stuff later on. People still have these old 360 online games. True, James, good to see you, buddy. Sea of Thieves on Thursday, Legend of Monkey Island, if you can do it, James. And so this is not a coincidence. I'm positive Microsoft, aka Phil Spencer, and Activision Blizzard have already been talking this entire year, and I'm pretty sure Phil and I forget the Activision Blizzard scumbag lead, whatever, who will be fired, by the way. I'm just saying, once this is done, his job is done. He has created a toxic and disgusting environment, and he will be done. Just that not Jim Ryan, but Jim something, I think, or whatever. It's not a coincidence. I'm positive. They're like, here you go. But I'm pretty sure it's for everybody and not just Xbox, right? I'm positive it's servers for PlayStation and those that had Nintendo, like the Wii and all that stuff.
I mean, on the pure Xbox site, it's specifically mentioning Xbox.
Right. Yeah. I can't see it just being Xbox. It's got to be on PlayStation as well. I don't think the news is on that PlayStation, like whatever was a Push Square or something like that.
Yeah, Push Square.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all servers. Just because the way things are, the way the promises they made, Phil and Microsoft, the promises they made, like, hey, this Call of Duty is going to be on PlayStation, hands down. And but I'm telling you right now, the better gaming experience, it will be on Xbox. It's wonderful to be an Xbox player today. The games that are coming out and what's going to be happening over the next little while, wonderful. I'm excited. So this is great news for all the COD players. If you're a Call of Duty player, like these old school Call of Duty games, do it up. Have a good time. Play the enjoy it. Love it. And I'm excited. I think this is awesome. I really don't play Call of Duty anymore, but because there's several now. I don't even know how many Call of Duties have been out. I've played all of them up until like the last 5 or 6 years or something like that. The last one I played was, I did World War II one, and then I did the remake of Modern Warfare. I don't even think I played the remake of, or the last Modern Warfare game. I don't even remember. It's just,
all right.
Yeah. I don't know. Lee's like, all right, Paul, that's enough. All right.
Yeah. All right, shut the hell up.
All right, let's go.
Right. I mean, to be honest, you could have kept going.
I definitely could have kept going.
But yeah, do you want to talk about the FTC now?
No.
Okay. So, do you want to talk about Major Nelson then? That's the other thing that I've got.
Are those the only two things you have left?
Yeah. Because
All right. Let's chat about Larry Hyrb. I'm telling you right now, I'm a little heartbroken over Larry Hyrb leaving Xbox. So, good for him for moving on to the next chapter of his life. That's wonderful. It's just, he's 20 years into Xbox. He has been a visual staple for the company for those 20 years. Major Nelson. I've watched the podcast for years with him and Jeff Rubenstein. And I should grab her name, and I'm so sorry. I know Larry and Jeff, you're watching, and Rebecca, I know you're watching as well. I forget your last name, Rebecca. I'm so sorry. And I think I may even follow her on Twitter just so I could no, I don't. Oh well. Yeah, so it sucks. So I don't know why he's leaving. He hasn't announced yet. So if we go to Larry Hyrb's Twitter, let's go Major Nelson. He posted some amazing things, and I do want to read it just because I'm telling you right now, I actually got to chat with him, and oh my gosh, I'm such a flippin' retard. I can't even type right now. Okay, just hit enter. Twitter just blows. There he is, Larry Hyrb. Okay, so let me. Here it is. This is one of 3 tweets, and it's tweets, so it's not going to be long ones. So after 20 incredible years, I've decided to take a step back and work on the next chapter of my career. As I take a moment and think about all we have done together, I want to thank the millions of gamers around the world who have included me as part of their lives. Also, thanks to the Xbox team members for trusting me to have a direct dialogue with our customers, which he has. The future is bright for Xbox, and as a gamer, I'm excited to see the evolution. Thanks, and I'll see you online, Larry Hyrb. P.S. The official Xbox podcast will be taking a hiatus this summer and will come back in a new format. So I've got a I hope not situation. All right? I have a hope not situation, and I hope it's not the case where Xbox is like, we need a younger face. I hope, I'm pretty sure Larry's in his 50s. I assume he is. I hope that's not the case where they're like, we kind of need, now that we have this Activision Blizzard, we need more of a younger face to connect with the younger audience. I hope that's not the case. I'm going to say it's not, but it's there in the back of my mind. And that's a legit thing. That's a real thing. That is a how can I say it and believe it? That's a viable request to say, hey, Larry, we need you to move on to a. He said with it like. So he's going to step back and work on the next chapter of his career. So he hasn't said what's going on. So is he moving up in the company of Xbox, more behind the scenes stuff now, and just allow the younger crowd to come out and represent? I don't know. I hope that's not the case. Larry's going to be missed. 2 years ago, and I could have been part of it this year too, but I didn't do it because I wanted to hang out with you guys and stream the event. I get.
That was stupid.
No, it wasn't stupid because it's fun. I love it. 2 years ago, I had a chance and I took it to be part of the virtual Fan Fest festival. So right after the big event, a bunch of us got together with Major Nelson and had a big Zoom, an hour and a half long Zoom call. And we all get to ask him questions and chat and listen to him. Larry is genuinely an amazing man. Behind the scenes, on the camera, everything. And he's just, he's a gamer. He plays games and he represents the Xbox brand amazingly. And he's going to be missed. He's honestly been a face and a staple for Xbox, like he said, 20 years. And he's had a direct line to all of us. He posts all the updates on Facebook, on Twitter. He holds the Friday contest every Friday for free giveaways. And just I watch his podcast. Him and Jeff have a wonderful routine. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? I know you're here. And it's just a wonderful time. It's really good. So I'm kind of bummed out about it. I've been thinking about it the last 2 days. And no, he posted this July 14th, so it's been 2 days. I know he doesn't give a crap about me and who I am. I'm just saying, but I care.
No way.
No, I know it's silly to say that. I guess I'm just being a little humble. I know Larry knows who I am. But it's just like, thank you for 20 years of awesomeness, and just years. Jim Ryan, PS5, says he's coming to Sony. Oh, we're going to talk about you in a bit, Jim Ryan. I just want to say, Jim Ryan, your time is almost up, and this is wonderful. When is Sony? What do you got to say about Larry Hyrb?
Honestly, I know very little about the guy. Like, it's maybe. I mean, like I still consider myself to be a newer gamer.
You are.
So yeah. So it's like I to be honest, I don't really know him at all. I'm looking at his Wikipedia now in terms of what his contributions were, and it does seem to go like quite far back in terms of his contributions and how well he's done.
Yeah.
For Xbox with the. Like, he was instrumental to the development of the Xbox One, Xbox 360, Xbox Live, Connect, and new Xbox experience. So,
and I think he was one of the very first gaming podcasters. I think so. All right, keep going. I'm sorry, I cut you off there just to allow my annoying voice to talk.
Annoying, no. But yeah, it's like, it seems like he's gonna be sorely missed. And I do
Yeah.
tend to think about these things in a similar fashion that you have done, where it's like the is there something more to it in terms of like where has he been sort of pushed to leave because they want a
Mm.
fresher face? Like I, but that's sort of the mindset that I go for. Where it's like if someone says that they're going to take a step back and just, it's like if it's so short and brief and vague, then there's got to be something more behind it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
It's
but
it's hard not to
mm,
think about that.
yeah, yeah, but hopefully the next guy who crops up and takes his place is as dedicated as the job as he is.
So there's a couple names. I'm gonna say one is Paris Lilly.
Okay.
He's been on the podcast. He's been on IGN's Xbox podcast, and he's actually been on some of these videos where they're like, hey, oh, these shows, the gaming shows for Xbox. He's actually
Mm.
been part of it. So he Paris is what was it? Paris Lilly. He started a podcast years ago as well. That was an Xbox one that I used to listen to as well. And I forget the name of the podcast. I could see him possibly, if that's who it is. His name's Paris, anyways. But yeah, he could definitely be a replacement. I just don't want Larry to be replaced. That's it. But yeah, we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah. And you don't think that any of this has like any relation to Activision Blizzard
I don't think
in
so.
terms of the acquisition, just with it happening so soon, like one after the other.
No, this is a really good starting point to move on. This is a good starting point to branch off to your next career. As in, all right, we got Bethesda. Now we've got this huge company with massive games and franchises. Here we are. And so when this stuff happens, yeah, I know there was layoffs the other day in Xbox after this was announced that they won. I get it. But there is massive opportunity and innovation. And so Larry is a technical guy. He's not a gamer guy. He's a tech junkie. He loves all this tech stuff as well. So over the years of listening to him, I've got to, he showcases all the stuff. People send him a bunch of things as well. So yeah, check him out on YouTube, Major Nelson, the Xbox podcast. He's done it for years and years. And it's just awesome. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. He has everything to do with Activision? I don't think so. Jim Ryan, I not in a negative connotation then. If it is regarding Activision Blizzard, it's not in a negative connotation because the head guy for Activision Blizzard will be fired soon. Once this is all done, which should be done tomorrow. 18th is the closing day for everything, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be done tomorrow. You know what? Are you done on Major Nelson? Because we can jump into the FTC.
Yeah.
Okay, FTC. So here we go. 18th is kind of the big day. There was the CMA is basically all that's left. And Microsoft is looking at possibilities of selling off a couple things to please the CMA, but if the CMA continues to play hardball, you guys are going to lose. You guys are going to lose out, I should say. Oh, hey. You guys are going to lose out. It's just the way it's going to be, and it's going to suck for the UK. Hey, Mark!
Hey, how's it going?
Good, buddy. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Excellent. So, yeah, we're just talking about the FTC thing right now and CMA. So, the CMA, I'm pretty sure... So, Xbox is working with them right now, and that's great. But, like, if the Xbox continues to play hardball, it's not going to go good for them. Bottom line.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
And it's really annoying that they're having to like go back and forth on this. Just accept the damn thing.
Yeah. Could avoid a trial if Microsoft bought Activision first. And no, Bowden Pizza, not at all. Not at all. If Microsoft bought Activision and Blizzard first before Bethesda, we still would have went through the whole thing. Jim Ryan and Sony would have cried, and they would have been showing their corruptness, and that's that. That would happen. So, Mark, I want you to write this down, okay?
Yeah.
March 31st, 2024, Jim Ryan will be done. In between now and March 31st, 2024.
2024.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
He will be done. He will no longer be CEO of Sony. It's going to happen. He played his cards. He showed his two-face, and unfortunately, that's the route he took instead of a professional manner. And so right now, if you look at it, Sony and Xbox does not have a Call of Duty deal signed for the 10 years. Nintendo does. Sony doesn't. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. Xbox wants Call of Duty on PlayStation. Hands down. It's going to happen. But the ball's in the court of PlayStation.
Well, I mean, they do have the current deal. The current deal expires in 2027.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that was brought up in court, is that they're saying that they were offered a 10-year deal and stuff like that. It wasn't a 10-year deal. It was the current deal that expires in 2027. So, that's one of the things that that Microsoft got called out on in court, that it wasn't an actual 10-year deal. It was short a couple of years on that one.
Are you sure? Because Nintendo got a brand new 10-year deal.
Yeah, Nintendo and Call of Duty, they weren't really doing anything anyway, but I think it was just the original deal that got extended out for Sony or something like that. But I know it didn't add up to being 10 years as what was being portrayed.
Yeah,
So,
we'll have to look into that, because that sounds sketchy. That doesn't sound right.
Well, this is all news according to Jim Ryan. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh,
All
right.
There it is. There it is.
Okay.
All right. So
As soon as you bring up that guy's name, everything, the validity just disappears.
I did see where it said. See where it said it really didn't add up to being 10 years. So that part is true. It didn't add up to being 10 years. I'm trying to find.
I'm going to say it's not true, Mark. I'm just going to say it's not true, and I'm not just saying that to be argumentative. Even all of the heads from like IGN and all that stuff, all the interviews, all the podcasts I've seen, they're all saying it was a 10-year deal. So we'll see. But here, while Mark's searching a couple things, let me lay a good foundation. I was telling Lee before the podcast on Friday, while I was working, I had on you can watch this video. It's 5 hours of Congress ripping a brand new butthole for Lena Khan, who is head of the FTC. Lena Khan, I gotta say, she is very scandalous and sketchy. Now, when I say she's head of the FTC, she's head of the FTC. She's the lawyer. She's 0 for 4 now on these trials. She's decided to go. She is not good standing with the Bar Society in New York. She hasn't paid her dues, so she's not in good standing, which they exposed her. Congress exposed her. It was a riot. They just kind of tore her apart. And the things she said were insanely contrary to her actions as head of FTC against Microsoft. Microsoft, Activision Blizzard, two American companies want to merge. She wants to protect the leader Japanese market. Makes no sense. But she was saying several times on how her job and our department is to protect consumers and to make sure everything is even and nobody has market share, all of that stuff. But yet she would go after Xbox and Microsoft to stop it. It was ridiculous. So they kind of exposed her for that. And not only exposed her, they cut 25% of their budget for the FTC. 25%. I don't know what the budget is. I think it's a half $500 million. I think their budget's $500 million. If I remember correctly from this whole thing. And so they cut 25% out. I couldn't believe it. And so Congress, even some of the guys that are in Congress, like the Matt Gaetz dude, which he's a party in himself, was just drilling her about this whole FTC Microsoft case. There was tons of other stuff as well, and it was actually very interesting because I do like politics and stuff, but they destroyed her, and I can't see her being there much longer, to be honest. The way Congress treated her. We'll see what happens. There are some that were like, "Oh, we appreciate everything you do," blah blah blah. But the other ones that were like, "You're 0 for 4. You have 4 lawsuits. You're wasting taxpayer money. What made you think?" They're like, "What made you think you could go after this company and win?" And blah blah blah. And it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. And so I didn't feel bad for it all though, just because I was more bitter. Like, what are you doing? You're not even doing your job. You're not doing your job trying to stop American companies from getting ahead at all, or to get even, and that's the crazy thing. So yeah, that was wild. And so we'll see what happens, guys. But that's what I'm saying. By the fiscal year for Sony is the end of March 31st. Jim will be done. He'll be resigning within this time.
All right.
Are you sure about that?
100%. 100%.
So I'm still trying to. So on this 10-year deal, it said the deal was proposed November 11th, and would have seen Activision continue to be sold on PlayStation for 10 years. Why does it not want to pull the rug on it? So I guess I don't know where the lie is coming in. But I am seeing that apparently Microsoft did lie about something along the lines, but I got to read the full article.
Yeah.
So, but I do generally agree with Sony on the FTC case. I am team Xbox,
but
Sony does have very fair and valid points on why they're worried.
All right, out of the podcast. Get out.
Click.
But
okay, but give me the points because I need to know.
So the first one is obviously concerns about PlayStation 6 and the future of their gaming systems and stuff like that. I know it does come down to, okay, just have better games and stuff like that. However, you still have a bunch of gearheads out there, and there's a very large audience of these gearheads that want to know the performance, what it can do, how much the frames per second you're going to get, how good is the graphics card, how big is the hard drive, and stuff like that. So you do have a lot of the why did my camera just...
Your computer's like, stop this nonsense.
Yeah, I did. I seriously, I think Microsoft is cutting me out right here now. They're trying to.
That's right.
But you do have the gearheads that are worried about that kind of stuff and everything. That's all they care about. And if Xbox does have access to what you're capable of doing, that just gives them the gateway to improve. It's one thing if they're just trading information at that point in time. If they said, okay, well, send us Xbox so we can see what you're working with and stuff like that. And they won't do that. We all know they ain't going to do that. So why is it fair for PlayStation to send them that information? So it creates a conflict of interest in that because they are mainly a game building company. Microsoft has Xbox as a whole, and Sony has PlayStation, and Activision is going to be kind of the bridge between the two. Just like, let's take cross-platform gaming too at this point in time. That's still relatively new. For the longest time, there was no cooperation by anybody. And now we are starting to get that. So,
but it's really like it's Xbox that's mainly the one that's reaching out to
that is true.
Want to interact with the different platforms.
That part is definitely true. But I see where Jim Ryan is coming in about concerns with future gaming platforms, stuff like that. He does have a valid point there. He also has Where's the other one I read? I just read it too. Trying to think where I read that one at. So he was concerned with Sony's future gaming system. Also concerned about the revenue sharing with Activision. I did read that part. Where are they still going to basically get the same deal? But according to Microsoft, they're actually getting a better deal than what they originally have with Activision. So maybe Jim Ryan's just talking out of his rear on that one. But
Oh, he always does.
But I mean, I can understand exactly where he's coming from, though.
All right. So, Mark, I'm going to say the gearheads are PC mainly. If they are more concerned about power and specs and all this stuff, they're going PC, 100%. Yeah. PC blows consoles out of the water instantly. You cannot match it. And if you think about it, Microsoft owns Windows. And they're just all tied right in with the PC market and everything like that. So I can understand them wanting to hold back the capabilities of their PlayStation, but these guys already are working on the new PS6 and Xbox, whatever the next one is. 2028 is the next systems, guys. They're coming out in 4.5 years. That's when the new ones that came out in the court cases. Nintendo's working on a new handheld Switch system. That came out in the court cases too. So
and Nintendo were bringing out their next generation of console in like 2040 or something.
I don't personally, and it's cool that you do, Mark. Personally, though, I don't think that's a valid excuse to ostracize the Sony community for Call of Duty because you don't want these guys, you don't want Microsoft to know the specs for your next system.
Is there anything that's really stopping, like, say, Xbox just purchasing like one of their things and then reverse engineering it? It's like
sure, but the whole thing is regardless of where we're at in the gaming community, Sony will always have right now the better exclusives, the better games. You could have the best hardest core console of all time that even like far superiorly passes PC. And it's not going to matter if your game sucked the bag. Honestly, it's not going to matter. I've got 60 frames per second, but how's the gameplay? Well, it needs a little work, but it's got 60 frames per second. And you see these guys that'll come into the stream. I play on PC. I get 120 frames per second. Well, big deal. How's the games? How's the gameplay? Yeah. And so it's not going to really matter unless. Go ahead.
And on that kind of, it's like the stuff on the websites where you've got the pure Xbox and Push Square, like the PlayStation equivalent. On the pure Xbox, it has the titles of like Xbox Box acknowledges team effort in victory against FTC.
Yeah.
While the on the Push Square side of it, it says FTC fails to delay Xbox's 69 billion pound. Like it's like they just go into it immediately saying that it's a loss, like it's a negative. But going into the Push Square sort of like, because people can leave comments.
Yep.
One of the top comments says that all Sony needs to do is keep making great games. The sky is not falling. And it's like, that's true.
That's what I just said. Sony has a better exclusive. So you could have an underpowered machine, but if you can't play The Last of Us, God of War, Spider-Man, and all these other great Sony exclusives on Xbox or PC, people are going to be like, I still want my Sony. I don't care if that, like, right now, Xbox Series X is way more powerful than a PS5 because there are 12 teraflops, whatever that means. irrelevant. The best gaming experience for games that are solo games that are the best, I guess, would be on PlayStation. But the ecosystem of Game Pass makes... If Xbox didn't have Game Pass, what would we be doing? I don't know. I'd still be playing Xbox, but I probably would still... I would probably play some... Because I'm not a Halo fan. Gears Horde mode is great, but the story sucks. What other is exclusive to Microsoft? I can't even think.
Like if Game Pass wasn't a thing, and like games were just not as accessible as they are on Xbox, I'd be more likely to consider a PlayStation.
Yeah.
At that point, it's like it's the I don't know what I'd do at that point, but I think I'd be definitely considering a PlayStation.
Well, developers hate Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Stop it, Jim. We've already proved. We already proved that's nonsense.
Well, wait a minute. Now, you got MLB The Show on Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
That's created by Sony. So, if Sony technically says, "Hey, we hate Xbox Game Pass," then they have merit to that point. That developers hate it because their product is on Xbox Game Pass.
Love
no. That counts. So.
No, you're a devil's advocate right now, Mark, and you're trolling on purpose. We freaking love you, but we're going to stone you if you don't stop.
All right. And my last point. Last point for Sony. The judge in this case, their son works for Microsoft.
Yep.
That is a conflict of interest in the judge's case. And that should have been thrown out. Her ruling should have been thrown out. They are, of course, if they filed an appeal, I guess that got denied and stuff like that. I would be all over this at this point in time because it does create a conflict of interest. Her opinion is biased based off of that. She's not going to put her son's employer in any kind of financial jeopardy, which obviously is not going to hurt them, but cause them any kind of distress or anything like that. I believe that that judge should have been removed from the case, and a new judge that really just doesn't care either way. I think he should have been somebody in charge. But they do have a valid point when they say that this is a conflict of interest, and it should have been handled and it should have been addressed a lot better. But
can I just debunk that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. The FTC requested this judge specifically, and it was foreclosed at the very beginning of the trial. My son works for Microsoft, blah blah blah, and FTC was like, "It's okay."
That was their problem. They should have...
Their case was the problem, overall. If you look at everything that they were complaining about, the case was the problem. But they requested this judge, and they knew her son worked for Microsoft. So...
Well, that's where they failed.
No, their case is why they failed.
No, Sony should have dumped more money into the FTC.
Thank you. That's all you got to say. Sony dumping more money in the FTC is the issue. They should
have. I truly believe they do have a valid case. It wouldn't be
after all of this. It's impossible.
Yeah. Yes. I believe they have a valid case. But that judge, there's no way a Sony lawyer would have said, yeah, let's keep her on that case because her son works for Microsoft. There's no way there was a Sony lawyer that would have agreed.
They were all there, dude. Everything. The judge was requested. It was foreclosed at the beginning, and everybody agreed to the terms. Like everybody agreed to it.
And that's why Jim Ryan's going to lose his job, because he should have been somebody that stepped up and said something like, why the heck is she
Mark, I love you leading me down to these pathways because it's amazing. You're right. Jim Ryan should have stepped up. Instead of sending a nonsensical video that damaged the case, he should have showed up to answer questions. He did not. He did not show up.
Yeah, but then he would have been
what it would have been perjury or something
Sure,
because he would
but
have lied.
Mark's right. Jim Ryan should have showed up. He didn't show up. He sent a video. So
if anybody that could have made a difference in that case, probably would have been Jim Ryan, because he at least would have been able to truly speak on Sony's behalf on things in the future. Because when it came out about PlayStation 6 or even some of the other stuff that happened backdoors, would he have been caught in some lies? Absolutely. But Phil Spencer himself has been caught in a couple lies in the case too.
In Phil we trust. It's written on your money.
Yeah,
in Phil we trust.
The guy that said that we're not trying to buy Sega and Square Equinox, and then
true, but listen,
comes out in court, says they were trying to do it.
So they weren't trying to do it. So here's the thing: I am heavily invested in this case. I really have. I've researched so much. They weren't trying to buy Sony and stuff. What they did is they came up with a list of possible purchases. But that was it. It was just a list of companies. There was like 50 to 60. Nintendo was on that list. But not to actually purchase. It was like, here's what we could do. We could purchase these companies. And so, but let's look at the best possible avenue. And they chose Bethesda. They chose Activision Blizzard, of course, was the big one. I would buy Sega. If I could, buy Sega. Have that library, man. I want Golden Axe back. I want some Golden Axe. Couldn't care less about Sonic. But these companies, if they're not making money or if they're not making games, let's have them be bought up with the bigger companies, and let's get some games out for us gamers. This whole thing was a farce, but now Sony's still leading, and they will lead. Even if Call of Duty goes exclusive, Sony's still going to lead. Just those games are phenomenal. Last of Us is great. I haven't played part 2. But yeah, the whole case stuff, I get it. We only get to consume what they allow us to consume. So you got to kind of got to just weigh it out. But Mark, I highly recommend go to the Destin channel. Destin Legary works for IGN. He has posted daily videos. So when they're doing in court, he did an update. He gathered all the information from the people who were there, from like Tom Warren from The Verge, and all of these other guys that are actually reporting it. And he does videos. He's like, hey, this is what they said. This is this. And he goes, here's my thoughts too. They're not super long videos, but they're really good.
Is he sponsored by Microsoft?
No.
No, I'm kidding.
No, and he would disclose that, to be honest. Destin has his channel since this FTC thing, it's skyrocketed to over 100,000 subscribers. It's wonderful for him. I'm happy for him. And this is great. This has been I'm glad it's done though, Mark. I really am. And you can keep doing the Jim Ryan thing because I think it's funny. It just adds an element of hilarity. But Jim Ryan didn't show up.
I think he's going to be gone.
I do too.
I talked to Jim. He said this, Pharaoh TV, showing up to the streams and stuff like that, and the millions of people watching. People were biased towards Microsoft and stuff like that. He said it was unfair opinions and stuff like that. And listen to Lee on the podcast. I think he's fed up.
Jim should be, and so I don't want him. Here's the thing: I don't want him to lose his job because he's done a wonderful job for Sony, taking them where they're at. This is great. The problem is he was exposed for some really sketchy stuff, and he's kind of been now turned into the laughing stock of the gaming community, and that with a Japanese company, and you would know way more about honor and stuff than I would. I'm pretty sure they're not going to look at that as a great thing. Like, hey, you just brought some dishonor to our company. What the heck, Jim?
Well, I think anybody can be in Jim Ryan's position. Obviously, you can't replace. I will say this: you can't replace Phil Spencer.
Yeah.
For Microsoft, because he's a true gamer. You can tell his enthusiasm. He's really excited about everything and stuff like that. Jim Ryan, he's just, you could tell he cares, but he doesn't care. Yeah. He's just He's just a guy in that company. You replace him, the ball's going to continue going the same exact way. PlayStation Studios, they are far superior than Xbox Studios
I
when
agree.
it comes to the exclusives and stuff like that. They got their people in places and stuff like that already. Jim Ryan's just the front guy.
Yeah.
You know, kind of keeps the ball rolling, but anybody can replace him. I truly believe.
Yep.
But Phil Spencer is irreplaceable for Microsoft.
I agree. So now that we're at, I'm saying the reason I'm saying March 31st, 2024, Jim will be gone. That marks the end of Sony's fiscal calendar. March 31st, they'll have to cut ties. I'm sure they'll do it before, or Jim will step down. Either or. Now that Microsoft is where they're at, I know they want to resurrect some games. People are calling for Hexen to be resurrected. There's an Activision Blizzard library, man, of history. You betrayed me. I love it. There is a huge Activision Blizzard library that we could go through, and I think we should do that possibly next week. Let's go through some of those the old school games. I know they had brought out Tony Hawk. It didn't do so well, so they kind of dropped Tony Hawk and all of this other stuff with their Skylanders. There is Guitar Hero, all of this other stuff. But what Microsoft needs to do is innovate in story and gameplay. That's it. We need narrative-driven, powerful stories like The Last of Us. We don't need a zombie game or anything. We just need an amazing game that's people are gonna be like, okay, wow, this just came right out the box, which is awesome. Thank you, Microsoft. Microsoft's got some good games. If I'm looking at some exclusives, we got Sea of Thieves, good game. We have some issues with the PvP thing. Indie series Planet of Lana is incredible. The Forza series, I'm not a race car driver game. That is Horizon is wonderful. A motorsport, I do not like whatsoever, but I'll try it. There's a game called Immortality, which I've never heard of. Microsoft Flight Sim. So these are niche sort of games. The Flight Simulator is amazing, but it's over 200 gigs to install. It's wild. Rare Replay is one. All of those games within there, people want Perfect Dark. How long have people been crying about Perfect Dark? That's a Rare game. Where's the new Banjo-Kazooie stuff? All of that. As Dusk Falls is an Xbox exclusive. That was the one me, Lee, and Mark, it would have been awesome if you had been able to join us for that too, because that was a lot of fun. Gears of War. No, I see Valheim up here. We won't talk about Valheim.
There was like an awards show in the UK not that long ago, like with the games.
Yep.
And the award for best new IP went to Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah. Which is Mark, did you get to play it? You wrote it down last week. Hi-Fi Rush.
It's installed. I have not played it yet.
Okay. No, that's cool. Redfall, let's not forget that. Jim, I said it when we played it a month or so ago. Redfall in a year is going to be amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun.
He'll be out.
What won't come first? Jim Ryan leaving or Redfall being good?
Jim Ryan leaving. So, Boating Pizza, yeah, we talked about this last week. I think you brought this up last week too. What if we got rid of exclusive all games for all consoles? I think that'd be amazing. I think that'd be brilliant. I think that'd be fun. And I would love to see a universal powerhouse system that you could play everything on. But I think that would be also the downfall of innovation and the market itself as well. So I think that would cripple and crush gaming altogether.
I don't know. I can't imagine some of these high-end titles on a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I know, but no. What Boating Pizza is saying is we create a hybrid console that can run all Nintendo games, all Xbox, all PlayStation, all together, which would be awesome. But I'm pretty sure that would just crush and cripple the gaming industry. Look at that boy right over there on the side, a beautiful puppy. I'm a huge dog lover, man. This sucks. I never used to be. All right, keep going.
But yeah, recently with the Jim Ryan sort of like winning, not Jim Ryan, Phil Spencer winning with the FTC. He was playing a game called Nobody Saves the World, and there was a player on that who like directly messaged him saying that I don't know if you'll see this, but thanks for saving Xbox. And Jim Ryan, no, Phil Spencer. I keep getting the names mixed up. Phil Spencer said thanks, and it was a team effort. And it's like that's just not what Jim Ryan would do. He would just take the credit all for himself.
That's it. Phil, like and you guys know I've been touting the glory of Phil Spencer for a very long time, and I think he's saved Xbox, but he represents us as gamers. He really does, regardless if it's for Xbox, Sony, Nintendo. He's just a gamer. He congratulates Sony and Nintendo on all of their big releases, even the big release games. I guarantee when Spider-Man comes out, Phil's going to be like, congratulations, is it Insomniac Games?
Yes.
So
for
he's going to congratulate Insomniac Games and Sony on a wonderful Spider-Man game. He'll do it because he's a gamer.
Yeah.
And he represents lies. Oh, Jim Ryan, you suck.
Jim Ryan probably goes home to his family, says, "Okay, we're gonna have tacos tonight," and then he brings home sushi.
Ew.
It's like, that's probably what he does.
So that's the FTC case, guys. All that's left is the CMA nonsense, and Microsoft is actually working with CMAs just to get it to approved. Turkey just approved it, but it's Turkey. Nobody cares. And really. And then there's really no other hurdle.
We apologize to all the Turkish viewers.
Seriously.
If I ever have a Turkish customer, I'm sorry.
So I'm telling you right now, nobody in this world, not even the people in Turkey, said, well, how's this going to affect us? Like, oh my gosh, how does this affect Turkey? Nobody cares. Even Canada decided to do something stupid there when the FTC is like, no, we're going to trial. FTC is like, oh, wait a minute, we want to be part of this too. And Xbox is like, no, guys, sit down, shut up. You had your time, but it's too late.
Hey, the Turkish are delights.
No, they're not. No, they're not. So yeah, that's FTC. That's it, and that part is done. That was the biggest hurdle. Now it's a CMA. But with all honesty, tomorrow you're going to see it announced. Everything's closed. Everything's finalized. That'll be the day before the 18th, because tomorrow's the 17th, and that's it. The closing day. Everything was July 18th. Now the FTC has up until August 28th to possibly appeal again. If they do, the American people will destroy this people because they're just wasting taxpayers' money on trying to stop a deal that they just don't know how to do or anything like that. So it's been a garbage ride, but it's caused great content for many people on YouTube and stuff like that. So this has been good. I just want to get on with the games and gaming and have some fun, which I'm already doing anyways, but that's that. Any final words, guys?
I want Starfield.
You want Starfield?
Yeah, I want Starfield right now.
Well, I would love to have Starfield right now as well. No, last time I did this, I dropped the stinking controller on the ground. La, da, da, da. I haven't even played it yet.
Mine's upstairs.
Yeah, I haven't used it yet. I think it comes with batteries too. Okay, Xbox, please. No more batteries. Okay, let's do a charge system inside, chargeable batteries. I love the Xbox controllers. I think I have like five or six Xbox Series X controllers now. I love them. I think they're great. Oh,
Yeah, that one's nice too.
that is nice.
I love that Starfield controller. The Starfield controller is awesome.
Look at this. I haven't used it, Mark. I fired this up once. I fired my PS5 once this year. It's July 16th. I fired my PlayStation up once this year. It was 2 weeks ago to cancel my PlayStation Plus subscription. And I still have to go until the end of the year. But that's what I did. See, Lee, where can they find you in all your shows? James, you should have joined us, dude. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, where's James?
Yeah, he's a slacker. So
couldn't make his way into the other room.
He watches us in bed. What is it? It's 2:19, right?
Yeah.
So he's in bed, and for him to get up and join us, he has to walk 15 steps, 16 steps to sit at the computer. He just can't do it.
Maybe his back still hurt.
I don't know. Been watching while wrapping Mumsy's presents. Oh, when is Mumsy's birthday? Wrapping her prezzies. I know you mentioned it. I wasn't sure which day it was. That's awesome. All right, Mark, any final words?
Superpowers in Warzone is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit, Mark. I'm sure it's the 4th of August. Awesome. Okay.
It's not that bad, though.
No, I know, but...
I mean, it's fun, but it's just playing a shooter game.
Yeah.
A realistic shooter game. And seeing somebody hit you with laser eyes is probably the weirdest thing I've ever seen in Call of Duty.
You could say it was jarring.
I saw the video. I'm like, I don't want to play this. I want to actually run around, boots to ground, and use my weapons. I don't want to float in the air, shoot laser eye powers. Superpower Warzone is better graphics. Superpowers in Warzone is better graphics Fortnite? I don't know. Could be.
Probably, yeah. I don't want it.
The thing is Warzone's realistic graphics where Fortnite is cartoons. So
yeah,
you can't really compare them graphically. Fortnite looks great. It's a beautiful looking game on the newer consoles generation, whatever. Warzone looks amazing.
You said Warzone.
I did say Warzone.
You combine both games into one.
Yeah, Warzone.
Warner.
I will say Fortnite is great for what it is.
Yep.
You know, they've done a really good job. I've never seen a game that just like that's as popular as that, just has not changed really anything graphically or anything at all, and yet it still remains one of the best battle royale games.
Yep. I don't know if what's that?
Can't stand it.
Well, you look at Fortnite, they have the whole creative suite that they have now is incredible. You can the whole maps you can create and all this stuff. Warzone, made by Activision Epic, yeah. We'll see, man. Fortnite is it's a good game for what it is. A lot of people love it. Here's one last thing. Genshin Impact. Have you guys played that free to play game? It's like Breath of the Wild or something like that. They make $86 million a month. They've not paid their voice actors in over 4 months.
Oh,
man.
And that's crazy.
It is. I would be mad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been over 4 months. It's a whole story on Pure Xbox and I think Nintendo Life and all that stuff and Push Square. So, all right, let's end this now, guys. This was a lot of fun. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much for joining us. Lee, thank you for joining, of course. And
you did you want to mention something about Antstream Arcade? If you got time.
Yeah, just a couple minutes. There is something coming out in the 1st of August, I think it is, called Antstream. And you need to look at it. It's going to be on Xbox. I don't know if it's on PlayStation, Nintendo. Probably not. It's 1,300 retro games. And when I say retro, I'm talking Atari 2600, the Amiga, the... hold on here. This I thought was... At first, I was like, oh, cool. And I posted a story to my Facebook news page. Allow, yeah. So... Oh, okay. Now the website's working. Okay. Let's see here. So they have the Amiga, they have Amstrad. These are all old school systems. Then they have arcade. Okay. So like what you would play on the MAME ROMs. The website they have. So when I'm talking arcade, this is what I wanted to know. They have 293 old school arcade games from Joust. What else we got? Alpine Ski, which I've not played. Rampage. Art of Fighting. What else we get on here? Asteroids Deluxe, Athena, Rygar. These are all old school classic games. So this is wonderful. And Bubble Bobble. I don't know if... See, these are all games that resonate with me. They have the Star Wars Return of the Jedi, Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. So then we move on. They have the Atari 8-bit games. They have Atari 2600. They have Atari 7800, Commodore 64. They have the DOS-based games, Game Boy. There's 5 Game Boy games, Atari Lynx, Genesis, MSX. They have the NES, PS1, SNES games. And I didn't get to check all of those out because it wasn't working. The ZX Spectrum, the MSX, and Atari 5200. So there's over 32 or 1,300 games. So it's coming to, you can pre-order it now from Xbox. So it has all of those games for the year. And this is UK money. It's more expensive for me. For the year, thank you, Lee. It's $29.99 in UK money. So it's $44.99 for me for a year's worth of all these games. You can play these games for a year. Or you can just buy out the entire series forever. And in the UK, it's $79.99. For me, it's $129. So I'll wait until it goes down. But it has, one sec. It has couch co-op. It has, each game has a 4-state save. All of these games you can play with 4 players that allow 4-player gameplay. And there's so much more. There's weekly competitions. You can set up tournaments with your community and your people. There is so much. I learned all of this morning, and I was like, holy crap, this is incredible. Now, I know it's cloud-based gaming, but you have to realize Xbox is really pushing hard for cloud-based gaming. With this coming to Xbox is so good. This looks really cool. It's called Antstream. You can buy now on Xbox, and I'm pretty sure it's just Xbox. So it says over 1,300 games, but their total right now is 1,470. Whoa. Release date is the 20th in 4 days. I'm sorry, I lied to you.
Man, your name should be Jim.
Paul Ryan. That's my name. Jim Paul Ryan. But even I'm looking at a screenshot here, Operation Wolf. I don't know if you guys ever remember that. It's Xbox and it's on Xbox and PC. Oh, evil. That's so friggin' cool. For a dude who like me who likes arcade games and old school retro games, this is perfect. And the
E.T. on there.
What's that?
E.T.
Yeah. Oh, for the 2600. Yeah. I used to own that game. It was bad.
Very bad.
Yep.
The game that almost killed the gaming industry.
Yeah, it's so funny. All right, boys. Double Dragon's on here too. So I'm actually insanely excited. Like I said, I posted it to my Facebook news page, and I was just like, "Here you go." And I didn't really post much on it. And then today, I really looked into it, and like my mind was blown. This is going to be fun and exciting. So watch the video. So this is actually for the U.S. It's showing $79.99 for the lifetime pass edition, but for me, I'm pretty sure it's $129. So yeah, I kind of want to get it now. I think that'd be cool because you just have it in your library for the rest of your days. Here you are. Here's an Antstream thing. Have 1,400 amazing games.
Sell a couple of statues. One of
yep.
your
I want
PS5s,
you secondly. I'm still waiting for my Mario Kart statue and my Link on Epona statue. So it's coming. And Lee, I know you can't.
Couple of your statues. One of your Nintendo Switches, one of your PS5s, you'd easily be able to get that. No problem.
The crowd has booed you, Lee. The crowd has booed you.
Well, I couldn't hear it, so I just, yeah.
You kept going, but nobody gave a crap. That's what I'm saying. The crowd booed you. All right. Mark, we're going to end it right now. Mark, where can I find you on all your socials?
Let's see. I have a for it. YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Ultimate Hater 87.
Okay. Ultimate Hater. And I'll tell you right now, Mark is not a hateful man whatsoever. He's so contrary to his name. Like you're like Ultimate Hater. Oh, he must be just like an evil, mean, just a nasty person. Not even a tiny bit.
It actually came from my sports views and stuff like that because I used to always hate on LeBron James, and I still do hate on LeBron James. Everybody say you're just a hater. Like, thank
LeBron
you.
James.
Yeah,
That's
Evil.
actually where it came from.
Yeah, Evil Blood said the same with him. I'll tell you right now, Evil Blood's a nice dude. He's a really nice guy. So you guys are funny, man. LeBron James. All right, Lee, where can I find you on all? Wait, Lee has threads.
I was gonna say that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Lee, where can I
It's
find
like-
you on all your social? Let's rewind.
It's
All
like
right.
where can you find me? Where can I find you on all your socials? And then you take it away from me.
I did too. I was just shocked. I saw it last night. I was like, "What?" I'm sitting by the campfire last night. I was totally blown away. All right, where can I find you on all your socials, Lee Everett?
You can find me on Discord. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Threads now. Check out my Threads. It's got nothing on. Twitch, YouTube. I have no content.
You
great.
deleted it. Why'd you delete those 3 pictures? The ones from Instagram. They were on here last night. Because it's
Delete it.
Yeah, it's your Instagram account, right?
Yeah.
You sign up through there. So when I checked Threads, your 3 pictures that you had on Instagram was there.
So wait, are the photos meant to transfer from Instagram to Threads, or
I don't think so.
so are the photos still on my Instagram? I don't know. I'll check myself.
I don't know. It don't matter. Anyways, follow Lee. Get him on Threads and all of that stuff. So, all right, and all my socials.
If I deleted them, I didn't consciously do that.
Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. So all my socials are in the descriptions, all that stuff, and you guys can message me anytime. I will answer you. I do get millions of messages a day because the millions who watch, including the big wigs. But I treat all those guys like Phil and Jim. I treat those all the same, just like you guys. Love and appreciate all yous. They get the same treatment. So here we go. This was awesome today, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to see Mission Impossible in 58 minutes. We will be there starting to see it. A 3-hour movie.
Oh man, my bladder. hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm eating right, Mark, I can handle 3 hours without going pee. But if I'm not eating right, I gotta pee at least twice during that. Also
Get a big popcorn and don't forget your sport.
never. I don't know what I'm gonna have. Let me just say, think about a diet when you're at the cinema. Avoid popcorn. I love popcorn. So yesterday I went and played basketball for 2 hours. Like physical, I had 16,000 steps I put in for the day at the end of day. My knee is wrecked and my body hurts. I even fell playing basketball, but it showed me how old I am now. Young up here, really old here. And but I've been walking the last 2 weeks, 6 days a week, 10K steps. So I'm working on it. And then last night I made homemade pizza. I had 3 pieces. I didn't have chips. I didn't have anything junky or sweet. That wasn't a conscious decision, by the way. I just didn't do it. I don't know why. I wanted to stuff my fat face full of whatever, but I just didn't. And so now I got a limp and wear a knee brace. But it's all good. I'm just saying, I'm working on my health now. So again, working on my health again, and we got to get there after after yesterday's basketball. And I lost one match, which I never do. That actually angered me. So that's kind of my motivation. Mark this. So we were playing. It was me, Isaiah, Cameron, which they've never, ever beaten me in my entire life. Isaiah and Cameron have never beaten me. And then this little kid named Landon, I think he was like 10 or 12, whatever. So that poor kid lost every team he was on. And then he joined me and I said, Landon, I don't lose. We're not going to lose. And it was 6-2 for Isaiah and Cameron. And I was like, Landon, let's step it up. I said, once they get to 7, I turn on the gears. I couldn't turn on the gears. My body was like, no, you can't do that anymore. You're too overweight. And so, I lost. I was so disappointed and kind of cranky. And I'm still talking about it now. Here we are almost 24 hours later, and I'm still angry about it. So that is my motivation now. I will win. Anyways, that's it. I'm working on my health. I need to. So, all right, guys,
keep up the great work, man.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have some stuff today, but I want nachos. That's what I want. But Steph's going to have poutine for supper. So, That's it for you in basketball? Nope. I haven't played a sport in years. I've not run to do. I did running, but not played a sport. And boys, oh boys, I am hurting, a hurting unit. But yeah, I went down yesterday. I went to catch the ball and I was running, and then my overly morbidly obese weight was like, oh, and I totally went down, slammed on my hip, and it's hurting so bad. But I love muscle pain, but actual hurting is not fun. I'm just saying. So
No, it's not.
nope. So yeah, I got to get there. So gentlemen, do not reach my age and be overweight. I'm just throwing that out there, okay? As a 47-year-old man, once you hit 40, crap starts happening if you are not in physically good health. I'm just throwing that out there because it sucks. And I've suffered for 7 years and I haven't really done anything about it. All right, I'm out of here. As for Mark, as for Lee, my name is Paul, and you guys take care. It is hot in here. Oh my gosh, I want to take the shirt off and flap the man titties in the air. This is crazy. I'm sweating.
And clip.
I got a new Xbox shirt on Friday, which I think I wore. I have 2 more coming tomorrow. It was insanely expensive for me, but I need new shirts anyways because James keeps making fun of the ones I have holes in. And and they're like my Legend of Zelda shirts, so. And I don't want to get rid of them, but I kind of got to get rid of them with the holes in them. So I don't mind wearing shirts with holes in them. I couldn't care less. I'm not out to please anybody, but I want more Xbox merch. And so I have one that's from Hellblade. That was the one that was Friday. And it just looks like the Xbox logo's peeling. And then I got the newest ones. It's a full yellow shirt that has Xbox across, and it's a full pink shirt that has Xbox across. I'm excited. I had to throw out my one pink shirt because it had like 3 holes in it, and it was always brought up during live streams. So
yeah, thanks. Way to go, James.
Yeah, that's when I told Steph just to rip off my body, and she went, and I was like, all right, well, there it goes. Oh well.
It's always James.
It is James, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like he makes those comments and he doesn't even show up.
Doesn't care. I bet you he was wrapping presents for Mumsy in bed. He was laying in bed, just on his chest, just trying to wrap a present.
Yeah, and he said that the birthday's on the 4th of August.
Yeah,
like, that's ages from now.
He's full of crap. He's lying. He's Jim Ryan.
It's 3 weeks from now. Like,
wait a minute, James. What's short for James?
Jim.
Jim.
Mhm.
Hello, everyone. Bye, everyone. See you, Otney. Thanks, dude. Yeah, guys, this is awesome. Let me just, all right, everybody in the stream, thank you so much for chilling and hanging. Darn you, James. You are, but tomorrow, I got to find out, are we playing Sea of Thieves tomorrow?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I'll send him a message.